Alexa, glass on.
Okay.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Guys, welcome to the start of a pretty big 2 weeks on this channel. We just landed in the UK. Unfortunately, we have a Tesla rental, but at least we save a little bit of money on gas. That's just for the next 3 days. Then we go to Italy. We'll get something a little bit more fun. But right now, we're in the UK. We're going to do some crazy car stuff. And then from there, we're going to move on to Italy, Monaco, Germany. It's going to be an insane 2 weeks. Follow along, but we're going to start off pretty strong. If we're in London, you guys can pretty much assume what we're doing, but let's see. Before we start doing car stuff, we just got off a long flight, so we got to get food on a right-hand drive-through at McDonald's. Yeah, we got a Tesla, unfortunately, like you see. But we're going to go see some cool cars in the next hour. Okay, guys, I don't know what's going on the highway here. I didn't get to film it, unfortunately, but we saw a Noble M600 going the other way on the highway, which I've never seen one before. I think we all kind of forgot they even existed.
We saw an E-Class in the ditch as well.
Yeah, we saw an E-Class in the ditch. We forgot the Noble existed, and we saw that.
We saw a GT3 RS
on a trailer.
Totally a trailer.
Yeah, we've seen already a 48. I mean,
we saw a XC90 police car unmarked.
Unmarked, yeah.
Pretty sick.
We're going again. We are going to see a very well-known collection. Right now, it's on the way to, but the car spotting here is off the chain. Okay, so we have arrived at our first destination in the UK. And as you can tell behind me, I think it's going to get pretty easy to guess where we are. And now I think it's going to be pretty
I have no idea where you are.
I can't see it.
I've never seen you on this side of the pond.
Yeah,
it makes
really
no
weird.
sense.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. So
should we have a look?
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like when you make this thing.
We do the thing.
clear.
We do
yeah,
the thing.
we gotta do the thing.
Alexa, glass on.
Okay.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That was pretty cool.
It's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Frosted glass just turned.
Okay, so I guess we gotta go in.
Come on, come have a look.
Come have a nosy.
Let's see.
You know quite a few of these cars. That's what I think is actually quite cool.
I've seen the Zenvo. I've seen the GT500.
You know very well.
Yeah. Have I seen any of? I've seen the GT.
You see the GT Black Series? When it was there?
I don't think I did. What year did you have it
didn't do
there?
a car week, 22, 23, but it didn't do car week.
So I didn't see it.
It's actually
No,
just...
you dropped it off and you flew to see me in Toronto. You didn't bring a car. That's when I picked up in the R6.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's just gone for service this morning.
Yeah.
Because I had an issue recently. But my little toy shop.
Yeah, we got some pretty solid cars here.
Yep.
Ooh. What's that Gallardo over there?
That's a French car.
French car. Okay, I was gonna say it's a Shmee color.
Yeah. That's been here for a few months. Friend kind of dropped. I like how you go straight to the Gallardo.
I like that.
A friend kind of dropped it off for a video, and he was going to pick it up the next day, and that was 6 months ago. So maybe he's forgotten. But maybe
it's manual.
No, it's an E-gear. But maybe it's my Gallardo now.
I mean, I don't know what Gallardo you're talking about. I don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? That's the newest car here.
The 12 cylindri.
Don't call it a 12 cilindri.
What's it called?
In Italian, it's dodici
See, you can't even say it.
In Italian, it's dodici cilindri. In English, it would be 12 cylinder. It's not 12.
Okay, but saying 12 cylinder, I feel like just like it sounds like you're talking about like a Toyota. With
Well, you don't call it a Maserati 4-door. You call it a Maserati Quattroporte. So
But I
this
can
is a
pronounce
Ferrari
Quattroporte.
dodici cilindri.
But you can't even pronounce this.
I normally can. You know, that's 2 weeks old and it's got 3,500 miles on it. 5,500 kilometers in 2 weeks.
And what do you think?
I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And the sound comes to life when you drive it more.
Because everybody's been talking about how the price difference is kind of what's been...
What, over an
It's been
812?
very
It's not
over an
much
812.
over an 812.
Because, again, I don't know the exact price, but everybody's been saying it like they're having a hard time selling them because the price is so much more and is it really worth it? But I guess...
I don't think the price is that much more. I mean, you've got to remember that 6 years have gone by since the 812.
Yeah.
And that 6 years has had a couple of years of strong inflation.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen 25%
Yeah,
in
on
that time,
everything,
30% probably in that time.
Yeah.
So the UK uplift is probably about 30% from where the 812 was.
Yeah.
I think from low 300s to low 400s pounds, it's about 30%. So, fits for me. But at the end of the day, that's a car I've bought to drive and do tons of miles with.
Yeah, this is the perfect car for it. And then I guess you were driving today when we were
Yes.
When we were landing.
Yeah, just had the 296
Yeah,
out.
we were in the air about to land, and you texted me
so
you're next to
funny.
the airport.
Yeah.
And yeah, you probably missed my plane.
If your flight had been 1 or 2 further back in the queue,
you would have seen it.
If you were sitting on the right-hand side, you'd have seen us coming, which would have been really
And
funny.
especially would not have been.
That would have been so funny if you'd seen out the window.
Imagine I got a picture.
Like, I actually had this one time. I was in a flight to California, and we were going over Utah, and obviously I sent a message to Strat from the air, like, and then I took a photo out the window. Obviously,
What car
where
was he in?
was. No, he wasn't in the car because obviously we were at 36,000 feet or whatever. But I took a photo out the window because I know where his house is. And he took a photo back of the plane in the air above, and I was like, that's actually kind of funky, especially given we weren't going to Utah.
Yeah. Oh,
we were flying over Utah. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So that's kind of funky.
Yeah.
Anyway, it would have been cool if you'd seen it from the air, but you didn't. It is what it is. So we've got the garage, we've got the racetrack. You know, this is like my grandstand with the hospitality boxes.
Yeah.
You know, looking out over the racing in the garage, some go-kart action. And then, stuff everywhere.
Yeah, a lot
Stuff
of
and more stuff.
a lot of cars, I just noticed all the watches on the wall.
Yes,
I don't know, I've
big
never
watches.
noticed on the videos, but
Big watches. I like Swatch watches. I have a lot of Swatch watches.
Yeah.
And they are called Maxi swatches.
okay.
And I like collecting them. It's become a collection of collections. You know, it's not just...
Almost a Miles Nadal type thing with the Derek Jean.
Almost, yeah. I mean,
not to the same
baby
extent,
scale.
but yeah.
You know, it's not just the cars, but it's the cars, plus the watches, plus the Lego, plus the kind of arcades and gas pumps and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, like, the memorabilia, plus my number plates, plus, like, just tons of things.
Yeah.
And obviously the car here that you know best is that one.
Yeah, that the GT500, that's how we met. I got to move it a little bit too, but I remember that was an interesting weekend.
Yeah. When we were coming to Toronto for Gumball and smashed 2 wheels on the way.
Yeah, and
you guys in Young Steels kind of saved the day.
Yeah, I got a call from Ben, our mutual friend, and he's like, hey, like, any chance you can get a wheel? And then we end up taking it off the car we had in the showroom. We took off one, and then when we got there, we discovered the second one was cracked. So then we took off the second one.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty eventful day.
Well, it's running well, and it's fun to have it here because you don't think about this because you see them in the US. But that's one of the rarest cars in my garage.
Yeah, it is funny because we have 2 of them in my showroom, and we just sold another one. So it's
there are less than 10 of these in this country.
Really?
Yet against that, I'm trying to think of a comparison. There are less than 10 of these, yet there are like 40 Ford GTs. You know?
Yeah.
Or SF90s, there are maybe 200 SF90s.
And does this, when you go out of this, does this actually get the attention as a rare? People know?
People don't know what it is.
But they've never seen one.
So the thing I find interesting, in a garage that has from hypercar through supercars to little hot hatches to kind of muscle cars to all sorts of different kinds of cars, what I notice is that everybody who comes to visit has a particular type of favorite.
Yeah.
And because I have a bias towards multiple supercars, that kind of splits people.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will go straight to the GT500 or perhaps straight to the Clio V6.
Clio V6 is what I would go to.
That's one
to me, I know the car very well, but because of where I live, what I do, I kind of walk past this.
Yes, you will.
But the Clio V6, I think, is one of the coolest cars here.
Yeah.
For me, though, I think my favorite, just because of when I was watching your channel for it and everything and how long the car's been here, is the 675 LP Spider.
9 years old.
I remember when you first released it, you got it.
Okay, you've been watching YouTube for a while.
Yeah, I started watching your channel when you had the R8.
Okay.
And you were doing all the Gumball movies that's when I started watching.
Fun days.
Yeah, and then you got the 12C, then the 650, and then the Coupe, and then the Spider. And it's crazy that the Spider's still here because I think I'm the same as you, where I get attached to cars and I don't want to sell them.
Yeah.
And I like think that this and the GT8 and these cars have been here forever.
It feels like forever. That is a smidge under 20,000 miles.
You gotta step those numbers up.
Sorry?
You gotta step those numbers up.
All right.
Come on. I'm at 77,000 the GT4.
Yeah, but you've got one car.
But how many?
I do that. Wait, 77 miles or kilometers?
Kilometers.
Yeah, so that's like 45.
Yeah, but how many cars do you see me driving on my stories?
A fair few. But in the last 2 years, because I keep tabs on it, last year I drove 70-something thousand miles. Okay, and the year before was just over 80,000 miles.
Okay.
So across the fleet,
you're driving
miles,
more than
not
me.
kilometers.
Yeah, you're driving
it's
more
a
than me.
lot.
Yeah.
life on the road. Well, 2 weeks old, 3,500 miles.
So
Quite
what do
pretty.
you, when you just go out and you just, nothing to do with YouTube, just go get food, go buy something, what's your go-to? What's your daily?
M2, which is outside.
Okay.
It's the easiest.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I keep a spreadsheet which tells me when I last drove everything, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. So it's normally if something needs a run or I need to check a car.
Then you'll just
or
take that.
If I've got an event coming up, maybe I take the car for a run
Yeah.
before to find out. You know, it's a fact of life with these cars that things occasionally go a little bit wrong, shall we say?
Yeah.
GT Black Series on a trip a couple of weeks ago had an issue. It's been sitting here as a paperweight since. It's just gone to service.
Yeah.
Ford GT, unfortunately, is sitting here with an issue as well, so that's going
Oh, really?
the next day or two, that's going to go to service, just hopefully get that fixed easily.
Yeah.
Nothing complicated, but a seal's gone with something.
Yeah.
It's part of driving cars hard.
Yeah.
You know, if you push these things, if you
They're gonna-
run them, you know, I just did some Nürburgring laps with that, right? It's been thrashed.
Yeah.
But as it should, because that's what it's built for.
Yeah.
But it means it needs servicing. The 12 cilindri will go to Ferrari just for a check over.
Yeah. It's gonna be best.
It's a brand new
First
model.
oil change, break
But
in.
especially with a brand new model, because there's no other car in the world that's done that yet.
Yeah.
So they don't even know what
They don't know
might
if there
find
is something
with
that,
this. Yeah.
you're almost like the test wheel for this.
Yeah, so, but I'm quite happy to be. I find it quite
Yeah.
fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But you know, if you go through the garage, the cars here, they've all done.
But do you find you're still driving everything, or is there certain cars that maybe, like the GT8 or the Black Series
The only
or
cars that do like nothing are the Vantage Roadster.
Yeah.
Because that was like my OG
It's a sentimental car. If you want to drive Vantage, you got the GT8 right here that you drive.
And obviously the little Clio.
Yeah.
Because that's not for driving. That's
So
just for.
it's the same thing. So I think I have my Volvo C30. I haven't
Okay.
driven in 3 years, but it's my first car, so it'll never go anywhere.
Yeah,
It's kind of the same
keep
thing
it.
where you want to have the
Just keep it.
yeah.
Even though it's worthless. And
It's worthless, but the thing is, it's you can't replace your first car.
I guess the guys are going through all the collection of collections.
Yeah.
My mini death dream.
Here, let's go.
My army of Lego cars.
That is a very serious amount. And look, I already see Utopia, so that must be pretty new. Valkyrie, like this is a lot of these I've never even seen. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. I don't know how you have time to build these.
These are the new ones.
And you sit down, you have time to build all of these, or do you get someone to do
I've
it?
built like 2 of them.
So you get somebody else to do it.
I'm
That
very
makes-
lucky to have a girlfriend who is. I don't know if she's happy to or if she's like okay to, but has built most of them.
That is a lot of building. That's a full-time job of building.
Yeah, it's a lot. I wanted to bring you into the storage room.
Let's see the storage room.
Bit messy. I apologise for that, but
Yep.
come on in with me because
Oh, are these the wheels?
yeah. I'm not sure if I can safely lift that down right now.
I mean, they're
but-
not. Yeah, they're not heavy, but just in case.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. I don't want to drop them on.
But we met because of these wheels. Oh my god. Let's see the cracked carbon fiber wheels.
These are the ones from that fateful night.
Yep. Where was it?
I'm like, where's the damage?
I think it was on the. I think it was on
the
here.
inside?
Yeah, it was on the inside. It was on the inside.
Yes, down at the bottom.
Right here. So right here. This crack in a rim
Yeah,
is kind of the reason why we're here today.
that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
Pothole in upstate New York.
Yeah.
Great.
Definitely. You don't have. Are you still on carbon fiber wheels on that car, or?
Yeah.
But you don't. You're not driving it
Don't drive
much.
it so much anymore.
Yeah.
Let's safely put this up here.
Because the GT you switched to the non-carbon wheels, right?
No, I never had carbon.
Oh, you never had carbon wheels on that car.
I had the standard BBS wheels, which are actually these boxes.
Okay.
Because we swapped them up to the BBS ones.
I don't know
There's
how
a
you
lot
keep.
of junk in here.
Yeah, like I see helmets. Like
Everything.
there's a lot. And then you walk back, and honestly, the view of this garage, like, you could spend all day here and not get tired of seeing
There's a lot
anything.
of stuff around.
I mean, we haven't even really, like, we're just talking about everything here other than the cars are super cool, but, like, the Zenvo, like, and also it's super cool to see cars that have, you've seen them in multiple continents.
I love that. I keep a list of cars I've filmed around the world.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then you don't want to sell them because it's almost like, there's a story behind them means more than the car at that point.
I get very split on this because, for example, the SF90XX, which is here, to pay for it, It doesn't come from nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky to have the cars I have, but obviously
Something's got to go.
something's got to give. Even if there's a little buffer, maybe the XX comes in and I can manage it for a while, but eventually I've got to pay off some debts.
Yeah.
Swap it around. Something has to go. You know, when it comes to the big ticket cars like the 4GT and the Zenvo, it always puts me in the decision position.
Yeah.
You got to choose. You want to keep everything. You can't always keep every single car. You know.
And I feel like for me, if I was in that position, I'd really think about what I'm buying when I'm buying it. Like, it's like, you know, you think like, am I at some point going to have to say bye to this thing that I'm like so excited for?
Yes. My general view is it's kind of 2 in, 1 out.
Yeah.
Right? I'm kind of growing a collection. When I moved here 4 years ago, I think I had 11 cars.
Yeah.
And now it's 23-ish, maybe more.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
In 4 years. So I feel like I'm just growing the collection and not selling anything. But obviously some cars do have to go for things to come in. There are obvious ones like, you know, 296 and SF90.
Yeah, they're going to go for the better versions, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm now sitting here on the fence though. This SF90 was the first Ferrari I spec'd from new. So now I'm like, actually, if I do grow a Ferrari collection...
You want to have your first proper one.
One day I'm lucky enough to have 20 Ferraris in a garage.
Yeah.
I'd quite like the one that I spec'd first, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but then you use that theory for everything, and it's like...
Everything will have a reason, right? Like obviously the Vantage and everything's your first proper car, but then, you know, you'll keep the SLS because the first one you ever repainted, or, you know, you'll come up with... Yeah.
I love the SLS.
SLS don't sell. That's a car that you've probably already doubled your money on if you were going to sell. But...
You know, the obvious, the Roma can go at some point.
Yeah.
You know, the Roma has been a fun ownership car. I've enjoyed it.
You're the only person I know that owns a Roma Spider.
I mean, I know people who own Roma Spider.
I know Roma Coupes. I don't know anybody. Like, you never... it's just like an interesting car because I feel like Ferrari's almost overlapping with 2 cars for the same purpose for this car. Because a Portofino and this kind of do the same thing.
Well, the Portofino stopped before, right?
Oh, did it?
Unofficially, the Portofino, I think, was just a kind of extension until the Roma was ready. When are you uploading this video?
I work pretty quick. Do you need me to not upload for some reason?
No. I just can't talk about too much. We'll say it off camera.
Okay. You'll tell me off camera. Because this might go up tomorrow.
Well, I can't be in breach of... no, I'm not under anything, but I don't want to get myself in trouble. You know, with the Ferraris, I've got too many Ferraris at the minute.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the way it goes with models and when they arrive and whatnot. So a couple will have to leave, and, you know, I know I'll get shouted at. Like when I sell the Roma, people are, you just bought it for whatever. And it's like, no, I bought it to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's funny now with hindsight, because in my earlier days of YouTube, and you'll remember this, cars like the R8 and the 12C and the 650S, I had them all for less than a year.
Yeah. It was like every few months it was,
every 9 months I enjoyed changing cars. So now, you know, the Roma's a year old. The 296 is 2 years old.
296 already 2 years?
Yeah, that's about to be 2 years old.
Damn.
I can't believe how quickly time's gone by.
It feels like you just got it.
You know,
so what?
The older cars.
That's like 9. This is what?
The SLS is over 5 years old.
Yeah.
I've had that for over 5 years. I got it before the pandemic. Like.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in the world since then.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
The GT8 was around the same time as the 675, right?
It's 8.5.
8.5. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and the 4GT at this point is what, 5, 6 years too, 6.5.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The longer you hold on, the harder it is to sell. So then,
I'll never sell the GT. The GT is like when I look at a supercar and I think what a supercar should be, in terms of its history, its meaning, its looks, your experiences with it, everything about it. It's this for me. Well,
the one thing I really tell people that you can tell with this car, you can't tell with... Because if you look on paper, this and a McLaren 720S or 765 are very similar. Or that's faster. But the one thing that you really need to experience driving it, because the one thing I tell everybody is, the McLaren, it feels like a car that's, you know, very fast. This feels like... Because it is. They designed it to be a race car first, and then they made it a road car out of that. And you feel it when you drive it.
For me, it's like... It's even more than just the car, because it's not fast by today's standards. I mean, the SF90 is in a straight line.
Yeah, well,
It'll make this look like it's standing still.
Yeah.
It's so slow in comparison. But it's the fact that it was, you know, the story behind the car, the reason for it coming back 50 years after the Le Mans win in '66. And then like I came out to Toronto to see it being built.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to Markham to Multimatic to see the
Yeah.
car in production. So from a personal level, I was so, let's say, mentally invested in the car.
Yeah.
And it's gone on. It's been on 2 tours to the United States. It's done nearly 20,000 miles.
But the thing is, it's not just the driving experience lives up to the specialness of the story of the car.
It looks
and it looks great. Yeah.
I quite enjoy the experience here because if you drive down the road in a Ferrari, people know it's a Ferrari.
Yeah.
You drive down the road in this, people are like, "What car is that?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
car is that?" And then you tell them to look at the badge. And they look at the
Yeah,
badge,
there's a
and they're
Ford
like,
and it's
"Why have you put a Ford badge on it?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, actually, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
This is it." So the Ford is sandwiched between 2 blue My red Ford is sandwiched between 2 blue Ferraris.
Yeah, I think you messed that one up a little bit.
Got that.
Yeah, you messed it up a little bit.
Kind of should be a blue Ford between 2 red Ferraris. I like to be different. What can I say?
Things if you're a blue Ford sandwiched between 2 red Ferraris, there'll probably be another 10 collectors out there that have the same thing.
Yeah, true.
So at least here you're changing it up a little bit.
I like wacky, even down to the gold on the
See,
cilindri.
that again, I'm Jewish, so but this is Jewish Racing Gold.
You're not the first to say that.
Yeah, that is Jewish Racing Gold.
So
My mom would love this.
Yeah? it's Oro Chiaro, which is a colour from the old Daytona.
Yeah.
So the styling is reminiscent of the old Daytona.
Yeah, and even the interior with the kind of two-tone brown and the cream. Yeah.
Go with the theme. There's no holding back.
Yeah.
I'm going to show, you can show it on the video with pleasure, a picture. I haven't obviously shared this myself yet, but that doesn't matter.
We got a first look.
Exclusive right here. We actually went to do a little video, new and old together.
Oh, that's so cool.
So that's coming on the channel soon.
That is so cool.
At Carrosserie Lecoq in Paris. It's like one of the French service centres for Ferrari.
Yeah, yeah.
So we took this over and did a little video with the 2 together.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
So very solid, very
History.
solid.
I like the history. What I haven't done yet is pull all the Ferraris out and do a picture with them all together.
So how many do you have? That's 5? Yeah, 5.
That sounds like effort.
Well, the only reason it's effort is because you have... Only one of them is effort. Because everything...
Get them down when you think.
So
All I
then...
need to do
So
is swing the others.
it will take you... Because they'll just... Yeah, you can just roll them out.
They'll
Yeah.
be done.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. What else can I show you?
Want to talk about the F1 car a little bit?
We can go for a full tour. You can see the restrooms. No, the F1 car. This is a 1997 Williams FW19. It is show car chassis 1. The show cars back then aren't like a modern show car.
Yep.
The show cars then were more a case of taking real parts and just making a Frankenstein monster.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
parts from different years, like real tubs, real suspension, real wheels, real whatever. Whereas the new ones are made as replicas from the beginning. So the relevance of that year is it's the last year Williams won the Formula 1 World Championship.
Yeah.
Jacques Villeneuve's here. And when I got it, it was a racing simulator, so it was hooked up to some
So like a screen.
or whatever. And basically in a different livery, a different wrap, and we were kind of like, well, we should make it look pretty. So I've literally built this whole box
Yeah.
to sit here and sit in it sometimes and make V10 noises.
It does look good here.
I think every collection needs a racing car of some description.
Yeah, I think it also needs a bit of a budget though for a race car.
Anything nearly as valuable as a real one.
No, obviously, but still.
Where a real one would be $1 million plus, this is.
Yeah, but still, obviously, to spend money on a car that can't drive.
Yeah.
Because there's no engine in
It's
this,
like a
right?
piece of art.
Yeah, yeah.
Like some people might buy a painting. I would much rather have that than a
100%, 100%.
because I can sit in it.
Yeah. You know what you should do? You should get like just for fun and for the looks, get a front plate holder and a back plate holder, and slap one of the plates on the wall. Just put it on the F1 car. Oh, you can plate anything in Florida. Done. Here. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Why not?
Yeah, but perfect. Yeah.
Somewhere I've got a Canadian plate.
Wait, you have a Montana plate, maybe?
No, hold on.
You have a Canadian plate.
I do genuinely have a Canadian plate. Somebody
Ontario?
Yeah, hold on a second. You ready for this? Somebody kindly
No way.
purchased this and sent it to me. So that's the legit.
No way.
Those are the legit ones, the real ones.
Ontario plates. Shmee150.
No, a gentleman, the name escapes me right at the second, but very kindly purchased this. and sent the plates over. Obviously, it's not like a thing that means anything here, but I
Yeah.
guess if I ever buy a car in Ontario,
You could just
I'll bring these back and stick them on the car.
yeah, and then we'll store the car for you.
Get it tagged up. Sounds like a plan. How funny. You come all this way just to see the same plates from home.
Yeah. Well, be careful. Be careful with Ontario plates that are not registered to cars, because Jason just had a bit of a situation with a plate that he owns that's not registered to a car, and he somehow got a parking ticket on a plate that's
We've
never.
just shown this on the internet.
So you're about to get a parking ticket.
Well, I'm not in Ontario, so what's going to happen? How random.
That is pretty cool, actually.
From a Jason. So thank you to Jason.
Well. Let me see the name.
This has my address on it.
No, I'm not gonna film it. I just want to see the name. I'll put the camera to the side so I can see if I know who it is.
Who is it?
I have no idea who that is.
Don't know who that is.
Oh well.
We got an unknown Jason sending plates.
Jason, but thank you very much, Jason. I think that might be the first time I've ever actually shown that on a video.
Yeah, because I didn't know you had that.
But not just that, people have kindly gifted me plates from all over. Real ones. What do we have here? Oh no, that's just a show plate. What's the one behind it? Oh, that's a real plate. That's a real plate. And then this one is also a real plate, I believe. Like a real registered plate.
Oh, what is it?
Oh yeah. I remember this.
How bad is this one?
This is from Supercar Steven.
Oh, okay, cool. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
So basically, we can make Shmee plates from around the world and make it a complete
I think showing this on the video might potentially get you sent a few more
that'd be
Shmee
really
plates.
cool.
Who knows?
I would love it. And that was my own dark horse.
Is the Dark Horse gone now, or?
No, but it's on a different plate. I
Okay.
changed to a NASCAR style tag and it got a new registration.
Okay.
So that was the original. And then this is from a friend in New York who has an amazing collection. No prizes for guessing what car that was on.
Yeah. Actually, wait. It could be a GT2 RS, but I'm gonna say GT3 RS. Could be a 2 RS.
Yeah, it could have been.
So I had like a 50% chance here.
He does have one of everything. One of all the GT3 RSs.
Okay.
And GT2 RS and a 992 and yeah, whatever. You get the point.
Yeah.
Very cool. Anyway, random plates. These ones are all show plates. They're quite
Oh, so they're not real.
No, they're not real. But I was thinking that I should probably.
I weirdly don't see a
get
Montana
real
plate.
plate from every state.
Yeah. Doesn't like Doug DeMuro have a wall of plates?
Yeah, he does, and behind him in the videos.
Yeah.
I'll have a real Montana plate because I'm pretty sure when my ZR1 comes, I'm going to put it in a Montana.
Ooh.
And there's no point otherwise. I'm not a US citizen, right?
Yeah.
Where am I going to tag it?
For that car, if I ever see you in that car, I may bug you to try to drive that car because I can't picture what that car is going to be like.
As long as it's insured and we're good to go,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. You can tell they're show plates because somebody spelled ocean wrong.
Oh, yeah. Did not even do a good job.
When I discovered that, I was like, oh yeah, that's all good. Yeah, so... Yeah.
Okay, so the collection of model cars right here of every car you've had.
Most of them.
Most of them, but...
I've kind of been slacking on some of the more recent ones, but Clio, then a 1 Series, S5, Vantage... Keeps going
the
on.
R8 I started watching there, and then obviously the McLarens, where like the craziness kind of started.
I just need a model car detailer.
Yeah.
I'm quite dusty. These cabinets aren't the most airtight, like dust-type things in the world, but yeah. I think it's fun. You know, some of them we actually sold. Like we sold the SLS Black Series. We did a couple hundred of those, I think. 100.
So because we had matching 718 GT4s.
Yeah.
Same spec, pretty much exactly. So if you end up making those, and you have another one you want to sell, I will buy that off you.
I have a 981 GT4.
Yeah. But the thing is, the spec on your car was, I think we were literally within a few options apart.
White with gold wheels.
Yeah.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Pretty similar. Yeah. I haven't got a dark horse. But
Yeah.
some of the others are still in boxes. And then these are all the parts of the 914, which is doing restoration.
Yeah.
And then this is all my sister's furniture. She moved house recently. Moved house and pregnant at the same time, so collecting furniture. Not the easiest thing.
Yeah. If you have a little too much space,
You
it's.
can leave that one till later.
Yeah.
I'll let you sort that out later. For any of my channel's viewers, I was going to say they might not have seen. Well, they haven't seen the Renault 5 over there yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I didn't even know what that was.
I'm going to leave that till later.
Okay.
Video coming soon.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a Shmee exclusive.
Yeah, you have to let them see if everyone's seen it first here on Drive with Roy.
Yeah.
No like clickbait the thumbnail of revealing the
Yeah.
secret. Nothing like that.
But if you guys saw that car on this video and you're gonna watch that video, comment on his video that you saw it here first.
Saw it here first. Funny.
So we're hanging out here at the little like lounge area, right? And I
Do you
think
know what a man cave needs?
yeah, it needs more of me. That's what it needs.
A man cave needs more of Roy. And
Yeah.
we can do this. Alexa, cinema off.
Let's go.
Look, we've got more of.
Here.
Oh, we've actually got an advert.
We got it. You don't even pay for YouTube Premium.
I want to see what the viewers see.
YouTube got you all of that, and you can't even pay for premium.
Do you know what? Premium earns the creator less than normal adverts do.
Yeah,
It's better for the creator to not have premium.
but your viewers can go through more videos in a shorter amount of time without watching ads.
Well, no, I can. The viewers can't.
No, the viewers can watch more of your videos in a shorter amount of time
If
because
they
they
pay
don't.
for premium, it
Yeah.
doesn't make a difference if I
Yeah.
pay for premium. Anyway, look, we've got Drive with Roy.
We got more Roy.
That's a familiar Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
So walking in immediately, the wire.
Were you?
Yeah, I was at this.
You were at this event too, right?
This is the PFS Supercars at Sunset.
Yeah.
Car Week.
Yeah.
So my Zenvo must be in this video.
Probably, yeah.
What year is this?
This is
Last year.
22, I think, or 23.
23, sorry.
23.
This is the year I took the LFA. I'm pretty sure it was or the year after.
Skip.
Fam, everybody in this room just happened to be in this video in California.
No, I wasn't.
No, is this my whole car week? No, I think it's one day.
This is Saturday, I think.
This is Saturday. This is before car week.
Yeah.
Because we went to the Beverly Glen one.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Look at that. We're sitting in the UK, and I think every single person in this room was there in California for that.
Right there.
Oh, that yeah.
Cody was driving the LFA.
Yeah, so okay, see,
Skipping 50 seconds.
50 seconds and you don't pay for premium.
In the meantime, we'll drink some
What is
strawberry
this?
cream flavour Pepsi.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good. But that is probably the coolest screen I've ever seen in my life. Because if you turn it off, there's a Formula 1 car, but oh my god, there's another one.
Yes, in the meantime, Alexa, cinema on. It's quite fun to watch F1 and have that right behind.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But
That's
people will always ask why it's on and off, the kind of opposite way around.
Yeah.
It's like the lights on, lights off. So saying cinema
Oh,
on is
is
like
it-
lights off.
got it.
Alexa,
I thought
cinema off. All the lights off.
and we're still watching ads. Oh my god.
Skipping 5 seconds.
Can you please just for me pay for YouTube Premium?
Skip.
This is the only one.
Cody.
Hey.
Yeah. Crazy, and then in the background right here, you can see a Carrera GT as well.
Where's
Also, I
Tim?
gotta say, I don't think
That is a baller car.
And I think I'm not too sure, but I think the new ones do have long.
So,
Where's your car?
was this the time I came with December? It must be.
I think so. I think that is the year because we went for a drive that year.
God, this was a cool event.
When I saw you, you were driving the blue one on 17 mile. I didn't see you driving yours.
I was late to this event. You probably left.
Maybe I left before you came.
I
Yeah,
think you left before I got there.
yeah, I'm running late.
The Spider, don't even acknowledge it. This is like $1 million car.
I think I came in with the big G-Wagon guys, the 6x6s.
So they had a car like a 90.
Is it the same year?
But let's go look.
Okay, here.
Yeah, I came in with them.
So where's the car? Where did you park?
It's not Ferrari,
Right in
it's
front.
scoot.
There's no way I skipped the car.
Well, it's quite possible that you did.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're watching Tim's video right
This is my
now.
video, right?
Where?
Yeah, this is the same event. The biggest difference, though, this time around is.
Where's the
that-
car? Where's your car?
Where's my car? Where's my car? Where's my car? Where's my car? Lost one out of the car park at the end of the day.
Come on.
Go the other way. Go the other way to when we arrived.
Oh, I don't know, man. Here. You're driving in.
This is driving into the event in the Zenvo. But watch.
Watch me be in this clip.
Look. Just there, we've driven past the 6x6s that you just filmed as well. See? Same place. Same place.
But maybe it's after. But maybe it's after I left.
It must be after you left.
Yeah.
You jumped ship. You didn't want to say hello.
I was running away from you.
Well, I mean, everyone left. I pulled in and the Valkyrie left that minute.
Oh, so that's probably what happened. Wait, was this Jason? Was this the one where you were completely like three-wheeled and scraped?
I wasn't there.
There was a year that someone got you in the R34. Like
Oh, back in
That was
Logan's
2019. That was first year.
that was when it was.
Yeah.
What is that camera angle?
2019.
I think there's a Valkyrie behind the peep yellow.
Oh yeah.
That Valkyrie, interestingly, was delivered by the Aston dealer who services my GTA.
Yeah, because that was running on UK plates in
Yep.
Monterey. And that car, I'm guessing, is back in the UK.
I don't even know where it is now. Anyway, we enjoyed the television. I enjoyed the television.
Yeah, but overall, the point of the story is that this is a super cool setup for a TV. So we are currently driving around town with Shmee150, going to some photo shoot location. Not sure where. Oh, that sounded pretty good.